Hello everyone and welcome back to PSGL FP. Before we get into the video, I am going to say that I am quite ill at the moment, so I do apologise if the commentary sounds a bit hazily and a bit croaky. I'm still sort of coming off an illness that I've had for the majority of the week. So yeah, before we get into this FP video, you can see I'm actually qualifying. So yeah, while this lap is going on, I'm going to sort of cover a few things which I put out a tweet about earlier on today. So the first thing I want to cover is me getting a face cam, and it's something that I wanted to do, and I did put a vote out a little while ago on my Twitter, and for the most part the majority of people did want me to get a face cam, so I am going to try and get one and see if I can get that sorted maybe next week or the week after, because I should have got it a while ago but I just didn't. I did the vote, everyone wanted it, or majority of people wanted it, and I just never got it. So I'm going to try and get one for next week or the week after. And then the next thing I want to talk about is my whole FIFA Foot Champ streaming, which I know most of you will know because I do stream it on YouTube most weekends, but the last couple of weekends I just haven't really bothered, purely because I just wanted to sort of see how I would go without the pressure of being on stream, because I know like being on the stream could be a little bit distracting, and I'm not making excuses, none by any means, but I've sort of been doing the same. I've been getting gold 1 consistently throughout the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm going to start streaming my FIFA Foot Champs games on Twitch. I've got some friends that stream on Twitch, and they've all said to me that it's a lot better than YouTube. Obviously Twitch is a streaming platform, if any of you didn't know. I've sort of been looking at it the last couple of days. I've made a profile on there, I've set it all up. All I literally need to do is start streaming on there. So if any of you guys are interested, I'm not saying go and follow it, because I'm not expecting many people to go and follow it, but I am going to start streaming my FIFA Foot Champs on there. So I believe it's ILRT space then Cliffy, so just like my YouTube but without the underscore and a space. So not hard to forget and quite easy to remember. So yeah, I'm going to start streaming Foot Champs on there from Friday onwards, and maybe during the week do like an hour or hour and a half of Division Rivals, because I'm going to try and upload my rewards from Foot Champs and Division Rivals to YouTube, and then keep the live streaming side on Twitch. So then it sort of divides it a little bit, and people, maybe I might find a couple of people from Twitch coming over just to watch the highlight of my rewards, which I'm not guaranteed to get anything good. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but yeah, I think that's everything I needed to cover. So yeah, pretty much everything that I thought I needed to cover. So yeah, I mean again, I'm sorry if I sound a bit nasally and sort of down in the dumps. I am ill, as I've said at the start, so don't hate. I just wanted to do this video now so then it's done and people know that what I'm planning to do from here on out. In terms of this YouTube channel, it's just going to be purely F1 and the rewards video on FIFA each week. So the next video you'll see should be FRS, and that's a league that Edward and Abiodun have set up, and to be fair, it's a very good league. So if anyone is interested in joining, then do give one of them a message on PlayStation or on Twitter, because I do have a Twitter account as well. So yeah, when I do go live on Friday with my Foot Champs, I will tweet the link out as well from my Twitter, so people will know that I'm live. And yeah, I mean hopefully a couple of you guys can come over and watch the stream. I'm not going to sit there and say it'll be a chilled one, because it's Foot Champs. Those who play Foot Champs knows how stressful it can be, how much I rage on it. So yeah, so we're going to go to 5 red lights. Anyway, moving on, you can see here our start was absolutely terrible. You can see here AMS gets the better of us, Ed gets the better of us. You can see here Uki and Abiodun breathing down my neck, but we're going to sort of break as late as we can, break almost too late there as Edward and AMS make contact there. And I think behind I gave Ugi wing damage, which then in turn gave Pagatti wing damage. So I do apologise for that, because I just didn't have any control over that. It was either run deep and hit Edward, or break normally and still hit Edward. So I decided to break late, and you can see Abiodun getting a move done there in the Williams. Of course, FP, for those of you that didn't know, is realistic cars. So all these cars here are on realistic performance. So I'm in one of the slowest cars, to be fair, around a track like Italy as well. It's not good, but you know, it gives me more of a challenge to get a good result, and to get pole in a McLaren was definitely something to be proud of, because you know, most people know I don't really tend to qualify, but I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to qualify anyway just to see what happens. And I got pole by I think a thousandth of a second to AMS, so it was very close. I think a tenth and a half separated the top six, something crazy like that, so it was very close. And you got to commend AMS and Ugi, of course they're the admins of this league and they do the allocations each week, so it just goes to show how close they keep it between the top 10, cause I think the second separated first to 13th or 14th, so it is very even on track in terms of pace. But you can see here lap 6 now, AMS having a bit of trouble on them super softs, and Abiodun got the move done at turn 1 this same lap, so we're sort of going to try and get the move done as well. AMS goes defensive and we're going to try to swoop around his outside. We've tried to brake later than him, but he just steps on the brake a little bit later, and we do hit AMS, but luckily no wing damage there, and we decide, well, we have to back out, because if we would have kept it there then one of us would have spun, and that's something you don't want to see. So AMS is now sort of breaking away from the DRS from Abiodun, and we're sort of going to get the DRS, get the move done into Parabolica, get a better exit, put it up into Rich and overtake, and that is move done. But can AMS get the move back because of just how slow this McLaren is in the straight line? Even with me with DRS, AMS is still gaining on me a little bit, but we do keep P3, and we can now look ahead to Abiodun and Edward, who are all, well, they're still battling, and Abiodun just took the lead there with a good move on Edward. But we're going to skip now to lap 11, my pit stop. Everyone has pitted, I believe AMS pitted for the mediums quite early on, and his tyres just cold, and he just couldn't get him up to temperature. Abiodun with the same as well, but he's right behind Edward, you can see on the minimap, and we're going to come in for a set of softs. I know Edward's on the soft, so he'll get to the end for sure, and I believe at this point I felt like it was going to be close between me and Edward. He even said himself that, you know, this is going to be close between us, and with Abiodun there as well, I did expect to be just behind Abiodun, and you can see we're going to come out. As we come out the pits, I actually thought, okay, I'm going to be ahead here, but you see Edward roars past, and here goes Abiodun, he roars past as well. And yeah, I mean, I got the overcut purely because later on in the race, I know these softs, they don't go off quickly, but at the end of the race they do tend to drop off in terms of tyre wear. So I knew I had that advantage over Edward. Abiodun I wasn't really concerned about, because I knew I'd be able to get past him being on a quicker tyre. But you can see here in the next clip I'm going to show you, he did tell me to go for a move into turn 1. This isn't me just diving down his inside and going, just, you know, fuck it, you know, that's just me going down his inside. He said, go down my inside, I'll give you space, get the move done, because he even said himself, he said, I've got a plan. So I thought, okay, cool. And obviously his plan was to stay within DRS to me, which would then help him catch Edward, because effectively me and Edward were lapping at the same time, so if not I was getting like a 10th or like half a 10th a lap, something stupid like that. But yeah, it didn't quite work out for Abiodun, because in the next couple of laps he made a big mistake out of a scar. He actually got in the gravel, which did indeed put him out of DRS, and of course without DRS with any around any track you do lose a lot of time. You can see here, moving on to lap 27 now, the gap between me and Edward sort of stabilised at around 2.3, 2.4 seconds. And yeah, on this last lap he was taking it very slow because his tyres I think were on 75%, so I didn't have the fuel or ERS to even push myself, so quite frustrating at that. But you know, Edward needed this win, not only to get his first win of the season, but to catapult himself back in the championship hunt for that elusive PSGL championship. You can see I'm losing my voice already. I'm running 9 minutes into the clip, so yeah, hopefully this ends quite quickly. But yeah, it's been a good performance from Edward and myself and Abiodun, considering Abiodun is on their mediums, which they look absolutely terrible, to be fair. And it is also going to be an ILRT 1, 2 and 3, so a very dominant drive from us three. And as I said, Baku is next week. I'm definitely racing next week because Ash is taking a couple weeks break because I think he's got exams, so I wish him the best of luck with that. And yeah, Edward's going to come around Parabolica for the final time, and he's going to take the win here. And I thought he would have a time penalty or two, but you know, fortunately for him, he didn't. So I was quite surprised at that myself. So fair play to Edward there. And yeah, 1, 2, and 3 for ILRT. Good result. Baku next week. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, I'm not in a McLaren again because that would just be death. But yeah, I'll be only finishing in P3 there. So as an ILRT 1, 2, 3, as I said. But yeah, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. So I'm getting a webcam in the next few weeks. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch with my FIFA Foot Champs and during the week with Division Rivals. And yeah, I hope some of you guys can come over and, you know, show your support, follow, comment on the stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully for the FRS highlights tomorrow. Excuse me. Should be around this time I upload them. So yeah, I'll see you guys then, and hopefully I'll see you all, well, most of you, on Friday evening for my live stream on FIFA on Twitch for the first time. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for the FRS highlights. Thank you and goodbye.